Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, in the house Ocho Cinco and Hushmanzada built. Reser Stadium, home to the Oregon State Beavers. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the SEC, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Longhorns about to kick it away and get this season started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Beavers offense takes the field. And here comes the quarterback. And one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw it on first down. Makes the grab. Great.
We need this out. Come on.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window.
Wow, bro, you coming here with that gangster shit out, bro? That nigga is you.
Looking for a man. It's Terrell. He's got the back in the middle. Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a difference, to show you, like, we're not just your, like,
he ain't out of there. He's slow as fuck.
Team, Jesse. Like,
I gotta get him out of there. We're going to have to figure something out.
I agree, David. I think the Big 12 throughout the years here recently has done a good job reloading and bringing in good quality programs with a lot of talented football players.
It's
and
slow
those
plug out there, man.
up-tempo, high-scoring offenses that can give any SEC defense problems.
And the Beavers have it with a 1st and 10.
Not a lot the defense can do on that one, guys. With this tight end size, he's really difficult to defend on these crossing patterns as he gets downfield.
They're going back to the ground. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. They'll go to the ground. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They'll put the tight end in motion.
We need this out. Come on.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know the passing game sells. The passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
They give it to him again. He'll be brought down to the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Bully ball on 3rd and short. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. The Beavers moving quickly to the line. Trying to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon State. They strike first in that opening drive of the season. Could not have gone better.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there.
No, yeah. Shit. Shit, that's better than what the fuck I got. I can't catch, but shit.
The 19. So Texas's offense taking the field for a chance we have to see them today. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge. Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He finds his man. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. The give to the back. On the move at the 30. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
2nd down coming up. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
Wow.
Working that left side. Touchdown, Texas! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And this offense gets on the board and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
He's got 50 yards for them on the ground already in this first quarter. He looks as if he's ready to put up numbers. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. Turns it on in midfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Coming after him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Ball in the air, intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Give to the back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
The option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker, you can tell, locked in on the quarterback, chases him down, gets to him, and not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle, gets him.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And that's why you got to avoid 3rd and long situations if you're on offense, because the defense knows it's pass, and all these guys are pinning their ears back. They're getting upfield, and you're under so much duress. On top of that, you give up a fumble. That is a huge play for the defense.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. To the air, it's Terrell. He's right on target. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the 2nd quarter. A new set of downs after the completion. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
Oh, No, he can't hang on, and those arms might have favored an alligator there, and it'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Unloads it left. It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Fast motion from the offense. He wants to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Still running at the 40. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. He's got his man, makes the grab. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver shows motion. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. And there's going to be a loss on that play. Just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Pressure coming. Keeps looking downfield. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum.
Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Back to throw, it's Terrell. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Runs through a tackle.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. Get the guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation now becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. He now has 106 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. He'll take a shot. This ball is picked off in the end zone, but no, he's out of bounds. The quarterback very fortunate to get away with that throw.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Might be looking to run. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Beavers headed quickly to the line, trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Beavers!
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes, continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
14, Texas, 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
If they're going to get anything going on this drive, they better be productive here on 2nd and long from the 10. Gets it out fast. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
At the 35, he's got room. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The Longhorns look to keep this drive humming.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire...
Unleashes one deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here.
We need this L. Come on.
He's going to have to throw for it. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dropping back, it's Terrell. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Slings it downfield. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. And the Beavers will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
When I'm an offensive coach, I'm going to take shots. I'm going to take those 50-50 balls. And most of the time, I'm going to trust my wide receiver to come down with it. The defensive back said, no, sir.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nebraska is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Lincoln. One of the most special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Washington State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Terrell. Feeling some heat. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Fires to the big fella. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback checking the play. Going up top on 1st down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. He rifles one deep down the right side. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Beavers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Texas offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Got his man on the right. Across the 25, he's got room. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Quickly complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. Comes out throwing on first down. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man. That incompletion leads to second down and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. At the 45 on his way. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. The Longhorns will snap it on first and 10. They'll try to get outside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get in the play immediately.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. From the gun. Give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? They've been aggressive. Okay, well, if they're aggressive, they'll throw that deep ball. If they've been sit back, I'm going to sneak a draw in.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the third down pass is incomplete. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a 3 spot, the kickoff unit set to go. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Line gets set, first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. It's complete on the right side. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. They've got a first and 10 at the 34. Quarterback checking off. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball there.
He's going for the big play. And that pass intercepted.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but they weren't going to let it happen there.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. He hurls one.
Texas, your old team.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Running back searching for a hole. Powers through the defender.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Terrell. Trying to make magic with his feet. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Motion from the offense. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He'll try to do it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, and he takes off and gets a positive gain.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Got it in the middle, it's Perkins. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. The Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. They move the tight end all over. Handoff to the lone back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll leave it with him. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Now, I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting out.
Touchdown, Oregon State! And that one will give them the lead. Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdown.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I want to change something up or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and score.
16.
Here he comes with the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. From the gun to give, looking for room. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
Brings up 2nd down.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Red pass, it's complete. Still on his feet at the 45. Afterburners coming. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Number 83.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, and goes and gets a 1st down.
Back to pass, it's Terrell. Grabs it in the middle. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going to run it. Ripping through the defense. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2. Can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical. Got to break tackles. Got to go through people. Whatever I need to do to get that 2 yards. Nice job running the football.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Touchdown, Beavers! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
22.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Got him downfield. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah. Experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Snagged in the middle. It's Perkins. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. He's looking to throw. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now, to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.